Good morning. I'm going to talk to you today about the 2018 Honda Goldwing's Apple CarPlay. I used it pretty extensively on my last trip of 5,000 miles. Used it for text messaging, directions, phone calls. I'm going to give you a quick run through what I think of it. It's a good device, has its quirks, and I'm going to talk to you about them. So let's get started. Okay, so one of the things you're definitely going to need for it is a Bluetooth headset. I have the Sena 20S. I got these a while back, and it works pretty well. One of the things that's hard about it is when you get on the bike, the pairing of it. Morning. Morning. And the joys of live shooting. All right, you got to pair it to your phone. You got to pair it to your bike, and then you got to plug the phone in. It doesn't always work. There's no sequence that I found that really works best. The best one I found is you have your headset on, the phone on, and then you plug it into the bike when the bike is on. That seems to kick it on every time. But when you stop for gas, it will unpair, and then sometimes it'll pick right back up, and other times it won't. It'll say disconnected because the headset's not connected to the bike, even though on the screen it says it is. So that's one of the things that I really found frustrating. Another thing is it just quits. The headset had full charge in it. I'm riding down the freeway. We're about to get into Kansas City. I'm using Apple Maps to get us through the city. All of a sudden, it dies. So here I am. I don't know which turn's coming up next because we're taking back roads. We took some, freeway, but we're also taking some of the back roads, and that was frustrating. So I'm literally driving down, rush hour traffic in Kansas City, Missouri, unplugging my phone, plugging it back in, unplugging my phone, plugging it back in. That is really frustrating. They've got to figure something out about that. That's probably a firmware or just a quick little update on something to help it stay connected in a better way. Alright, as most of you know, the phone goes right in here. You connect it with your lightning cable, plug it in, there you go. One thing I'm just going to give you a word of caution on is make sure that you take your phone out of the case. Even if you have an Android phone and you're using it to listen to your music, take it out of the case. Remember, this thing is charging as you're driving down the road, and this little compartment gets super hot. I had a warning on my phone after one stop, and I couldn't use my phone for 15 minutes. It just would not activate, simply because the phone actually had a screen on that says the phone is too hot. Please allow to cool off. I've never seen that before. I took the phone out of the case. I didn't run into that problem again because it gave the phone, it was able to breathe a little bit better inside the compartment and dissipate some of that heat. So that's just a word of warning not to fry your device. Alright, so let's put on the gear, see how it works on the bike. See if I can run you through a few scenarios with directions, text messaging, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I got the bike on, got the headset on, and so what I'm going to do is I'll plug the phone in and hope it works. Okay, boom. Pops up on the screen, Apple CarPlay. That's fantastic. That's what you want. That's the best sequence I had. Headset on, bike on, then plug the phone in. That seems to do the trick every single time. Alright, so now we're sitting here. It's like, oh my goodness, I need gas. Not really, but anyway. So, let's give it a shot. See, here it is. Apple CarPlay ends due to disconnected headset. It happens so frequently, it's really irking the crap out of me. See? So what I'm going to do is I turn the headset off, give it a second or two, turn the headset back on. I've even reset the stupid phone or the bike, paired the bike with the headset again. I've done a hard reset, and that's one of the things you got to deal with this. It's just not, I've used this in a car. It works great every single time in a car. It works, but you see it worked that time. It's all right. So let's Let's hit the regular navigation on this. So I'm glad you got to see that. Try it again. I need a gas. Okay. Directions to Texaco. No duh. So anyway, sometimes it'll ask you if you want directions, sometimes it won't. If not, you just use this, hit the button, and tells you how to get there. That's pretty easy. It works good when you're sitting at a light, not so hot when you're actually driving somewhere. Alright, so let's start driving. Alright, let's try sending a text message. Send text message. Wendy. Hope you have a good day. Yes, send it. Alright, that worked pretty good. I doubt my wife's going to respond back simply because she's at work, and what she does doesn't always allow her to text back right away. So that's good. Alright, let's try something else. Let's go somewhere. I need directions to home. Okay. There you go. That worked out pretty good. And it'll just do what it's got to do. It does work. It is quirky though. Like I said, it has its quirks. It just disconnects, is what you saw, which is great. It also doesn't always understand me. I don't know if it's my voice or where I have the mic placed for the Senna. It's really close to where the GoPro mic is, but it just doesn't quite capture my voice the way I wish it would. Alright, now I'm on the freeway where the wind noise is higher. And let's see how it works now. This is where you're going to be using it a lot, is when you're on the freeway. I mean, typically on your back roads, you know where you're going most of the time. At least I do. So I want to get past this just to see the Goldwing. Let's see. Gas station. No. So, you probably heard me pretty good on the GoPro. This thing doesn't understand me at all. So I'll bring the screen up all the way. Find gasoline station. Okay, so that brings up a list. That's good. Yeah, I had to put the screen all the way up. Probably, I use gasoline instead of gas, because obviously, you know, it brought up healthcare services for some reason with gas. So that works out pretty good. One of the other nice things about the bike and this TFT display, as you can see, the you know, everything is very, very bright, easy to read. You know, your messages, maps, phone, It's very easy to cycle through. It's actually very easy to use. I know that Android users are frustrated because they feel left out, and I do know that Honda is working on it. It's just probably had to do with licensing and all that other garbage that goes into it, but I expect it to be on the bike very soon, because it's a great feature. I mean, if you use Android or you use Apple, whatever, but it's just a great feature to have on the bike. If you want to listen to your tunes, you want to Pandora, whatever you want to do, it's a great feature to have. Alright, just stopping for a second here. I'm going to try to get some pictures of those sandhill cranes over there. They're just a really big bird. Okay, some of the other things that are coming out. iOS 12, when it comes out, is going to allow third-party apps for CarPlay, which is going to be great because it's going to allow Google Maps, which is better than Apple Maps. It also allows you the ability to download your map to your phone, like the hard map. So that way, even if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're up at the Dragon, you're up in the Smokies, you're out in Montana, Wyoming, you're going to be able to see your Google map instead of having to rely on the map that's on the bike. And hopefully be able to access it with Siri, find points of interest, because that's a lacking feature on the a navigation that comes stock on the bike. It's just, you can't access the points of interest unless you're stopped, and then it's a real pain in the neck. So they got to do better with that. So I'm looking forward to that. If you have any questions or would like me to tell you my thoughts on other things with the bike, I've put some good miles on it now. Just hit the comments below, hit the like button, I'd appreciate it, and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And just ride safe, everybody, and we'll see you next time.